first tick on the index is actually in the green. So contrary to what the SGX was suggesting, the market started with a flat tick. Now it's dipped just a tad bit, largely consolidating around the 18,277 mark. The mid-cap index is absolutely quiet, so all four indices actually have started absolutely flat at this point in time. Bharti Airtel is your big mover, up 1.5%. As the analyst was telling us earlier, despite the numbers looking muted, it's a resilient performance in an otherwise challenging environment, so the street is like that. And the stock also has not done much this year. It's absolutely flat this year. So perhaps some valuation legroom at the moment, up about 1%. BPCL is the other one, up 1% at the moment. Adani Enterprises, Apollo Hospitals, UPL and Bajaj Auto are a couple of other stocks that are trending in the green. In fact, a lot of auto stocks are moving up yet again. Maruti, Suzuki, Tata Motors, M&M are all in the green right now. So that's one pocket that's looking pretty good. What's dragging the market a bit is technology. So your top three losers are tech stocks: Infosys, Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech, Wipro. Top four losers actually. And TCS is also in the red right now. So that entire pocket is, being a bit of a drag on the market. So is the metal index. So JSW Steel, Hindalco, Tata Steel are all down anywhere between 0.5 to 1%. L&T is dragging its feet a bit, so down about 0.4% over there. And a couple of other names like, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank are also trending in the red. But otherwise, it's neutralizing. So on one hand, you have tech stocks on the downside, and on the upside, you have auto names. But net-net, the market is very flat. Let's see, there's no directional view at the moment. A lot of stocks in the broader markets are doing well. So Nigel will take that forward. The mid-cap index itself is in the green.
Well, that's right, Sonia. It continues to remain a stock-specific market. But let's brush aside some of those result reactions first. LIC Housing Finance, well, the NIMs were a little bit better, but the growth is really faltering out there. Stock is down close to 3%. JSPL, the numbers missed estimates. The street wasn't expecting a great set of numbers, actually. It ended at the low point of the day yesterday, and that's down another 2% in trade today. On the flip side, from the F&O names itself, Dixon Technologies is up close to around 2%. But the other stock from the same space that actually came out with its set of numbers was Amber. And that stock is up close to around 10%. Just pull up that stock. That's up close to around 10%. The street likes those numbers. It's up 13% as we speak. Credit Access Grameen will be joined by the management in the next 20-25 minutes or so. Well, those numbers look quite good. The stock up close to around 4.5%. Talbros, a smaller stock. We don't talk about it very often. But that stock as well has opened up with a gain of close to around 4.5%. Or I think the quarterly numbers that they reported were quite good. On the flip side, you had Reddington. Well, that stock is opened with a cut of around 3%. The dividend payout was the lone positive out there. Otherwise, those numbers were disappointing. The margins compressed as well. Goa Carbon, well, that's another smaller stock that we don't talk about very often. One of the most commoditized businesses. It had a couple of good quarters. Today, in fact, it's giving back quite a bit of that, 8%, because of the weaker than expected numbers. And Oberoi Realty as well. Remember, the previous quarter, it looked quite good. But there were a lot of one-offs out there, and the street seems to have taken note of that. So for starters, that's down close to around 3.5%. The Nifty moves lower. I think it could correct a little bit more before you get in. 18,150 is the important mark on the downside. So let's see whether or not we see some buy on dips working out yet again. Prashant.
Okay, well, 18,267 for now is where we are at. We'll find out if what we saw yesterday was just some sort of a nervous shakeout, and the market resumes the uptrend. Though at the margin, for what it's worth, the handoff from Wall Street last night was not very good, but at least in the last 1 month or so, that has not really mattered what the US is doing. The momentum here is really picked up, and we are one of the first large markets to come back to very close to all-time high levels. So that's the Nifty for you. Lots of stocks moving, and we'll come back to a few of them in a bit from now.